What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is John. Today I have for you a convenience good. That's right, today we're going to be taking a look at the Andobil 7-in-2 USB-C hub for MacBook Air and MacBook Pro I picked up using Amazon Prime for $59.99. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and a first impressions. We're going to see the quality of this item. We're going to see what comes in the box. We're also going to compare this to an item I reviewed maybe 2 months ago, also from Andobil. What makes this item unique is what makes it different from other USB Type-C hubs on Amazon, and we will discuss that and why it's important. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this unboxing and first impressions and talk about why this Andobil 7-in-2 USB Type-C hub for MacBook Air and MacBook Pro is a good idea. Okay, so here in front of us is the ultra slim multi Type-C port hub for the MacBook Air and MacBook Pro. Now, the reason I don't say MacBook is because the MacBook from 2015 with the single type USB-C hub cannot accommodate this USB Type-C hub, nor can an iPad Pro with USB Type-C accommodate this hub either. This hub is only compatible with MacBook products with 2 USB Type-C ports on either side. So the 16-inch MacBook Pro, the 13-inch MacBook Pro, and of course the 13-inch MacBook Air. This will be compatible with M1 machines, which we do have, which we will demonstrate. Nonetheless, what's really amazing about this Type-C port is it comes with an HDMI port. It also has a micro SD card slot and an SD card slot, as well as 2 USB 3.0s and a single USB-C. Let's go ahead and see what comes in this box, and we're also going to compare this to one of Andobil's similar products. It's actually a rechargeable portable battery, to talk about why this particular USB Type-C hub is different from other hubs on Amazon. Opening the package up for the first time, you can see the quality of this USB Type-C hub. In particular, the aluminum finish looks very similar to what you'll find on the actual MacBook, and also the color of the Type-C hub matches particularly well with the space gray of the MacBook Air or MacBook Pro, whichever one you have. Yeah, let's go ahead and actually get this out of the box so we can see for ourselves just how close in comparison the color really is. Also, what you'll notice is this is a 7-in-2. 7-in-2 denotes 7 ports, but connected to 2 USB Type-C ports, which is exactly why only this is compatible with the MacBook Air, MacBook Pro 13, and MacBook Pro 16, and not the 2015 MacBook, because as you might remember, the 2015 MacBook has one single USB Type-C port on the left-hand side, making it incompatible with this hub. As you can see, very nicely packaged here. It is extremely organized. Now, what makes this Andobil Type-C hub different from other Type-C hubs is the carrying pouch, and we'll get into this in just a moment. But as you can see, it's a faux leather stitched pouch. Decent enough quality. It is important that we have that, and of course, most importantly, the Andobil Type-C hub. So now that we have our USB Type-C hub out of the box, we can see just exactly what you get with this. You can see we get a pretty in-depth user manual that does go over which port is which. As you can see, we have a Thunderbolt and a USB Type-C, which are actually the same. The only difference between the Thunderbolt 3 and the USB Type-C is a much faster transfer speed of 40 gigabits per second compared to 5 gigabits per second. You can also connect up to one 5K monitor at 60 hertz or two 4K monitors also at 60 hertz. You can see that we get two USB-A 3.0 ports capable of transferring data at up to 5 gigabytes a second, similar to our USB Type-C port. We also get an HDMI support with 4K 60 hertz, and last but not least, an SD card reader capable of transferring data speeds at 104 megabytes per second. Perfect for all of you photography fanatics out there, including myself. Second in the box, we do get a warranty card. It does cover 18 months. You can also sign up for some sort of VIP program and actually test out products. Not sure how that works, but maybe check it out if that's something you're interested in. Second, and most importantly, last to not least, is our Andobil Type-C. This is the 7-in-2, meaning 7 ports connected to 2 USB-C ports for power and data transfer. It is a beautiful aluminum finish. You do get the Andobil logo on top. Not really a big deal. It is considered ultra slim. And last but most importantly not least, what makes this USB Type-C hub so important and actually a better buy than the other USB Type-C ports on the market on Amazon's website is this leather sleeve that it comes with, and I will explain why having this is so advantageous. Let's go ahead and see how all of this works and take a closer look at the 7-in-2 USB Type-C hub. So maybe 2 months ago, I reviewed several products from Andobil. I reviewed a car charger. I also reviewed this portable rechargeable battery. One of the eye-catching features, what actually makes it stand out from other portable batteries, is the silicone sleeve that it comes with. As you'll notice, it offers an interesting design aspect and functionality because you can actually dangle this off a backpack or a purse or a lunchbox. It also adds a layer of protection if you drop this. What I love to see is Andobil taking this really good idea and passing it on to the 7-in-2 USB Type-C hub. As you can see, you get this leather pouch. It's brown. It actually has a kind of textured lining on the inside. It's a faux leather. It is stitched down with some honey gold stitching to contrast nicely with the brown leather. You get a nice silver button here. Needless to say, this USB Type-C hub stands out amongst the other USB Type-C hubs because of this carrying pouch. And I think you can already imagine the advantage of having this carrying pouch. Yes, this is an ultra slim USB Type-C hub, but that doesn't mean it can't break or dirt and debris can't get inside and render the port useless. With that being said, even though the leather pouch may add some excess width or thickness or bulk, it is definitely good to see that they included this leather pouch. So like I was saying, if you search for a USB Type-C hub on Amazon, probably the first 10 or 15 results, you will not find this Andobil USB Type-C hub. Instead, you'll find other products from Anker and other brands, none of which come with this leather pouch, which again makes this so unique. Not only is it kind of ugly to carry around with you, like I was saying, it can collect debris and dirt and grime can get inside the ports, rendering them useless or making it difficult to start your workflow. What I really like is if you want to transport this, which obviously you will, it looks so much better organized and cleaner with the leather pouch and being able to simply transport it however which way. Also, another good advantage to having this leather pouch is because laptop cases tend to be made out of a nylon or polyester fabric type material, you don't have to worry about scratching that material. Taking this USB Type-C hub in and out maybe scraping the USB Type-C ports alongside it or tearing it, this is a no-brainer and I think looks very professional and organized. So now that we've talked about what makes this USB Type-C hub better as an option than other Type-C hubs, and that is because of the leather pouch that is included. It is a really good idea. It is my favorite feature, but let's talk about the USB Type-C hub itself because it is important that you have one if you are a creative professional, if you are constantly transferring files from one computer to another or working on a project with other people and are using a MacBook Air. Let's talk about how functional and how versatile this Type-C hub really is. What is a little bit unfortunate is because aluminum is lightweight, it does feel rather hollow. Now, compared to an Apple MacBook Air or MacBook Pro, which are also built out of aluminum, because they are bigger devices, they are just a tad heftier and a tad more robust feeling, which is what I was expecting with this USB Type-C hub, but it feels instead like it could be bent or broken. It feels hollow and cheap and chintzy. It does have a nice premium aluminum finish, but the feel of it actually compared to an OEM Apple product like this MacBook Air is a little bit inconsistent, I would say. This USB-C 2 micro SD dongle, this is an Apple proprietary dongle for the Type-C Apple products. This is compatible with iPad, MacBook, iMac, and Mac Pro, amongst other things. It did cost roughly $30. For roughly half the price of the Type-C hub, you actually get 6 more ports on the Type-C hub. Again, making this much cheaper and much more cost effective and also much more compatible. Now, speaking of design and fit and finish and build quality, like I was saying, it is a little bit inconsistent with Apple's OEM MacBook or iPad lineup. It feels just a little bit hollow and light and cheap and chintzy compared to thick and heavy and robust like the Apple product. What concerns me is the shape of it. Actually, you'll notice that the MacBook Air is a wedge-shaped design. It's been like this for roughly a decade or more. I am concerned as to how this will attach to the side. How flush will this look? Now, there is a silver lining, there is a saving grace. The bottom of the MacBook Air is flat, it is flush. It does lay flat on the table. Contrary to popular belief, most people explain or claim that it actually slopes downward, and it does, but the feet at the bottom of the machine are flush, leading me to believe this should also be flush. Okay, so now that we've done the unboxing and first impressions, I've talked about what I like about this product, what I dislike about it. First and foremost, what I like about it is the finish. It does have these beautiful contoured edges that make it feel and look streamlined. What I dislike about it is it's inconsistent with the rest of the MacBook, which feels sturdy and thick and heavy. This hub feels just a tad lightweight, a tad hollow, a tad chintzy. Nonetheless, what is good to see so far, or so far so good, is the fact we are not getting any type of notification about compatibility issue with this hub. And actually, if you look at the side of the hub, it actually has a green LED indicator light letting us know it is on bus power and it is operational. Now, before we plug in our microphone, which is one of the reasons I bought this hub, let's actually talk about how it fits on the computer itself. Now, you'll notice at the edge of the machine is a raised lip, and that's because this hub is actually thicker than the computer itself. And also one other minor characteristic or issue or flaw I noticed is the hub itself is actually raised off the table or above the table. It actually dangles off the machine, meaning if you actually press down on it, you can see it wiggles a bit. Not sure how this will fare in the long run, but just be careful not to wiggle this around as much. You may damage the USB-C hub, or even worse, the USB-C ports on the MacBook itself. So like I was saying, what I bought this hub for was to be able to connect it to various peripherals, such as this microphone. Now, I do plan on starting a podcast here pretty soon and making good use of this microphone. So I figured, let's go ahead and test it out with our hub, which is compatible with USB 3.0. So as you can see, it's just a simple plug-in, and we're getting all blue lights on the microphone, which is good to see. No compatibility issues, which was one of my main concerns doing the unboxing and first impressions. Apple is really particular about third-party peripherals and accessories, mainly charging accessories, which was a huge issue probably 5 or 6 years ago. Chargers that were third-party could actually cause iPhones to overheat and catch on fire. That has since been resolved, and I have not had or seen any compatibility issues with other third-party peripherals since, but it is something to keep in mind. Apple does like to keep you in their ecosystem and pay those hefty prices for peripherals like that dongle, for example, which cost $30 on its own. Nonetheless, what's good to see is you have 7 ports: HDMI, USB-C, 2 USB-A, a Thunderbolt, an SD card, and a micro SD card, all for half the cost of a dongle. And as you can see, no compatibility issues. And now I can start recording podcasts using the MacBook Air in GarageBand, which I thoroughly look forward to doing. Just to have a little bit of fun, just to test this out a little bit further, as you can see, it does come with USB Type-C and Thunderbolt. This port here is the Thunderbolt. This port here, I believe, is USB Type-C. But let's go ahead and attach a dongle to basically another dongle just to prove our point. As you can see, this is extremely useless because it already has a micro SD and SD card slot. Anyways, guys, that has been an unboxing and first impressions of the Andobil 7-in-2 USB Type-C hub for MacBook Air and MacBook Pro. I picked up using Amazon Prime for $59.99. Because I picked this up using Amazon Prime, that does make it a convenience good. During this unboxing and first impressions, we talked about what I like about this, what makes it more advantageous compared to other Type-C hubs on the market. It is competitively priced. It is inconsistent with the build quality of the MacBook Air and MacBook Pro. It also has maybe some fit issues because, as you saw, it does tend to dangle off the side of the MacBook Air, making this potentially dangerous to use. You could possibly damage the port on your MacBook Air if you bend this or remove it incorrectly, or attach something to the port and cause it to bend and damage a port on the inside of the computer itself. Nonetheless, it is competitively priced at $59.99. It only costs $60, which is only $30 more than a single dongle by Apple themselves. This is a pretty fantastic buy. I love the leather sleeve that it comes with. It makes it more organized and also protects the ports from dust and grime and other debris. With that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this unboxing and first impressions. No compatibility issues here. It works phenomenally well. You saw we connected the microphone. The microphone worked. It also has an LED indicator light letting you know it is on and working. Therefore, if you find that that LED indicator light does not work, you know to send this back and that it is a faulty product. Without further ado, my name is John. I really hope you enjoyed this unboxing and first impressions. Feel free to hit that like, subscribe, turn the bell notification icon on so you get notified when I post to YouTube. Share this video with friends and family, and as always, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is John. I will see you in the next video.